Show. We did it, Samson. We did it. We are here tonight a little bit late, first about 25 minutes after the hour, and Black people time. But we are here, and we are very excited to have our guest on tonight. We not have Dr. Brian King on again. We may be in the same situation next week, but wow, look at this on this fine gentleman, energetic, hilarious.
Happening.
Hey, so we just speak. Yeah, you came easy.
I did.
Thursday night, 10 p.m. to late in NoHo. If you know what it is, hit us up on Instagram. The handle
Definitely.
is at I Overdo It. That's I like eye on your face. UIE. You had a great time.
I absolutely did. I loved it. I even was like, yo, after this, I'm gonna probably go see my nieces so I can stay in the valley so I can come back. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
So you live kind of far, but you have family, you have nieces here.
And you're a great host and a great host.
Great host and a great host.
Yeah, like right when it came in, we were like shocked at first because
it was a little awkward at first.
But you have kind eyes. You really
so
do. And so when it's like they kind of flirtish. Like her eyes like make you feel like I think she likes me. I think she likes me. And so I think that's why everybody comes in with a good attitude too, because you have the I think
right.
You like me eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know how to be friendly.
You are.
Right.
And you greeted each person. I liked it. So if you guys are comedians or any, I don't know.
To be honest with you, I tell you what it was. It was for every week. Speak Live Comedy, for those that don't know, is a nonprofit organization that I formed by comedians for comedians. We only help comedians. We provide emergency shelter, food, and other business resources for comedians. And it's 5 years, and we've had guests the likes of King-Abrams Wayans, Craig Robinson, Chris Spencer, and among others, Jay Phillips, somebody who used to work out a lot. It's been a while since we've seen him since the pandemic.
Don't say pandemic people.
Yeah, I got a new pandemic crowd happening. So yes, it's been going every week, barring if you don't count March to March 2020 pandemic, and. So every week we always have at least a person that it's their first time here, right? We're here in the studio, and the first last week was that you were the first time. Someone who had been here for the first time was the first guest.
Yes.
Yeah. So you walked in. I didn't have my DJ. It was just me and you. For about half an hour, right?
We just chilling.
What was that like? It was a half an hour of awkward. Was it? Might this result in sex? Is that what you thought?
It did cross my mind. I was like, you have the eyes. I was like, I think she likes me. And if she wants to do it, I'll do it. I'll definitely do it.
Right. Yeah, it was a bit awkward, but it worked out. I think we clicked.
I did. And then plus, I was like, I came from far, so I was like, I'm gonna hang out here for a while. Man, you got to go. I'm here.
Well, it turned out all right because it was a light crowd, but it was a dope energy. We had a few acts come in, and you went up on stage and killed it. And main performance, I was totally impressed.
And that's crazy. So the stuff that I did here on Thursday, I did it again because my rule is 3. So I had to do it 3 more times, and I did it all worked. So I did it again on Sunday at the Laugh Factory.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, but it all started.
That is what I love.
Yeah.
That is the gold at the end of the rainbow.
It really is. It started off.
Right. The purpose of what Speak Live Comedy is. It's a place where comedians can come and work out. And mainly, it's more veteran comedians.
It was, I loved it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna come back tonight. So
well, good. Well, we'll be happy to have you. So tonight, I appreciate you coming on and joining us on King-Abrams Show, which is a podcast comedy. So right than we normally format.
Okay.
It's Dr. Brian King, who we spoke about prior to the podcast, who is my co-host. and who is also a neuroscientist, a psychologist with a specialty in sexual behavior. So what we do, we usually pick apart a science article or study and, you know, something that's pertinent to current events. We've done a lot of pandemic sex studies the course of the last few months.
I had a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I took a sex class in college, so it was called Psych 311. So I'm qualified.
So you're sort of ready. But you're very highly energetic comedian. So very, very excited about what's about to happen. Yeah. So wait, speaking of pandemic sex, what was your I mean, you know, we're still in it technically.
Yeah, but we said at the beginning.
Right in the beginning, when everybody was scared shitless.
Oh god.
Motherfuckers was coming on. Listen what was happening. Right before we closed. Niggas was going on stage, comedians talking about right after we closed. No, we reopened. Sorry.
Yes.
We reopened. A year had gone by and some of these cats were like getting married and having babies.
Yeah. They were
getting in a full-on relationship because they got stuck with somebody during the pandemic.
That wasn't me. Not especially in the beginning. I was lonely.
Shit.
Yeah, it was the worst. Because you could go anywhere. And so at the time, my sister, and it was an infant baby. So I couldn't just be out in the streets meeting shit. If I catch corona, I bring home the baby. My mom was in town. And my mom already has a respiratory. So I was like just in the house, bored. I tried to do everything. So I started hitting. This one I knew I started hitting girls from my past. Like that didn't piss off too much.
Wow.
I'm like, hey, how you doing? You lonely, huh? Why don't you come through?
Because you couldn't find new.
No.
We nothing new, right?
Nothing new. So.
And then if you did find new,
I was scared. Like, do I really want to? Nah, you probably got the B. I knew you got it. So it was rough.
Wow. So how long did you go before you finally
I was trying to think.
Found the end of the rainbow?
You know what it was? It was a friend of mine, not attracted to her at all.
How funny. I did the same thing.
She called, she said, hey, you want to just have sex? I was like, yeah. Yes. I did. I was so happy.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. I had lunch with a friend of mine.
Yep.
We were sitting there. It was like, he was like, I know, he was telling me all this shit he was going on. It was like, I was like, this is thick available. And I got nobody to fuck. And I go, me neither. And it was like, ding, a light bulb went off.
And we did it.
Hilarious.
It got me through though.
And how long did that last? Mine was 4 months.
Oh, mine lasted like maybe a month. But that's all the month I needed. So then we were like starting to like go out a little bit more in there, and then I was like, okay.
Right. You can find it.
And one of the reachbacks finally came through. One of the people.
One of the reach.
That's what I call them, the reachbacks.
The nicknames always abuse me.
Yeah, and then the reachback like for a while too.
For a while.
Yeah.
It just rode you out.
Yeah, she did.
For the rest
of
the pandemic, which we're still in. Okay, well, it's sort of object. I just wanted to bring that up because we did but tonight's subject, I was gonna read an excerpt from my book. For those that know, I wrote a book called The Complete Player, and this came from having my heart broken, feeling like my brain was broken, having done the research and finding out that I was right. So it is a neurological breakdown, right? That is brain science of love, sex, lust, heartbreak, and more importantly, so I was going to read an excerpt from a book, which I haven't done before, and I decided against it because it was just way too fucking dramatic. I mean, really? No, my book is it's funny. It's not only is it academic, it's very funny.
Okay.
All right. What makes a comedian, you know, is having that unique perspective.
Yeah.
Right. So I break down this brain science in a very funny way. But the subject is having sex with an imposter. So let me explain. There's a term that I coined in my book called sensory confusion. How so the dynamic that happens when a player or whatever you call this person, male or female, who pretends to be a whole personality, to pursue sexual gratification. So in my case, Lee pretended he pretended to be a completely different person. I fell in love.
Who did he pretend to be?
He pretended to be a gentleman.
Okay.
Then it turned out he was the crook.
He stole from you?
Well, he didn't steal from me, but he pretended to be a gentleman. And then once I had fallen in love, and once I was physically sort of attached, then I realized that he couldn't. Well, I didn't know he couldn't keep up the facade, and I noticed that he wasn't the same person.
So he did steal it from you.
Yeah, he stole my heart.
Yeah, that's stealing. That's still stealing. Thieves.
But you can't charges.
I know.
Unfortunately,
that sucks.
So yeah, I was so heartbroken. I was fully in love with him before I realized, oh shit,
he's not who he
claimed to be. So there was this. So then he did this thing once where he showed up. Yeah, he's got a little bit of stalking in him.
Oh,
so he showed up unannounced, and I saw him after some time of having missed him. And without words having been said, he planted a kiss, a 5-minute kiss. We kissed for 5 minutes, and then he ghosted. Right. And so this is what I thought about when I was writing this section called sensory confusion, which is where he shows up. It's my brain is concerned. He looks the same. He sounds the same. Feels the same. Tastes the same. I'm missing one sense. Smells the same. Did I say that?
Hear,
sound the same, smell the same, look the same, taste the same, and felt the same. I said all 5. But he wasn't the same. And so what happens is this neurological sort of conflict that happens in the brain and in psychology. We're trying to match the character back to the person that they pretended to be, but it's just not there.
I want you to be who I love with, even though it's not who you are.
That's not how you are.
Yes.
Right. The character has drastically changed at this point. So he went from being like gentleman to like, it was like the S&M king. Like it was some.
I always hear crazy stories from ladies.
It's crazy. And the thing is, like, I'm into whatever we were into. We were doing it. We were having a good time with S&M and all that. But it felt different knowing that it was coming from a different place.
Okay.
Right. It was coming from the wrong place. So it wasn't even like for play. It was real. It was real, yeah. So yeah, it was a very, very hard heartbreak. Now, so my question to you is: have you ever, in the pursuit of sex? I mean, we all know. Then, you have a different responsibility to pursue sex because that's something that women really have to do.
Sex.
Have you attended?
Yes. Absolutely.
Please expound.
Oh my God. Let's put it out there. When I was young, it was a terrible. I didn't realize this until I was like, why am I doing this? Like one day a light switch just went off. I promise you, nothing happened. I was like, you know what? I don't want this anymore. And so I'm gonna be there first and then I'll go back. So I met a girl and I'm honest with her for the first time in my life. I'm openly honest. I ain't about nothing.
Okay.
And it felt good. I called people up, like my boys, like, hey, dog, this truth thing works. Like,
yeah.
It's like, it literally like I can breathe now because I have nothing to hide.
And how old were you at that time?
30.
And she was about the same.
She was a couple years younger than me.
Yeah.
She was like 5 or 6 years younger than me.
Amazing. You handle the truth.
It was amazing. Like literally the first thing I told my friend said, do you know if you tell her she can respond to what you like most likely?
Right.
But some of my friends still don't get it. And I was like, dude, so we took a trip to Vegas. I don't know, and I took her with me. She was she went to my phone. She told me right when she woke up. She was like, I went to your phone last night. And no, I'd have been like, sweating and panicking. I was so confident, like, and what?
It's a beautiful thing.
It felt good, and she was like, I didn't find anything, and she looked good. Like I wasn't used to that. And then what I did though, when we first hooked up, I should have been like, hey, how long has it been since you and your ex, broke up? How long has that been?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Sure.
Because I didn't. get information that she was still in the trauma phase. Like it can't, something has to be wrong if it's right. That's how she thought.
Sure.
And that's what she told me. Not the Vegas trip, but
And that's why it didn't work out.
yeah, too good.
What did that make you feel like?
At first, I was like, I still don't get the check. I better back to lying.
No.
When I'm lying, I'm kidding.
No.
But then I was like, no, I said something was. Then I realized I was like, but you know what? I was in a toxic relationship, met a chick that was not toxic,
Right.
and I was like, it's too easy. I was like, where's the difficulty at?
Right.
And then so I messed up with both the toxic one and then the untoxic. That's when I realized I was like, oh, when I thought back to that, I was like, oh, I did the same thing to this girl.
Right. You got to pick the meat from the bones.
And it was easy picking though. But
sure.
We all want, for some reason, like when you're in toxic, you can't appreciate someone who's good to you. We don't know how to.
We're scared. Yeah, no, I think there's an amount of the level of fear that happening. So, you know.
Oh yeah, thoroughly.
So,
but what? Yes,
so you learned then that, especially at this age, I think
like women are. We don't give women enough credit.
Right.
And because we always think, I'm scared. I think I'm scared to tell her how I really want things because she might say no.
Right.
But what if she says yes?
Right.
And if she says no, so what?
So
go be with somebody who will say yes.
Right. You're gonna keep shooting your shot. That's what y'all niggas do.
That's all
it's a numbers game.
I've been trying to preach that now.
Right.
Because so many women will, like, if you just give her the chance, she'll probably try.
Let me just tell you, my brother, I had an older brother. He died in 2004. He was basically like my father. My father was not present, and he was 7.5 years older than me. And when he died, his funeral, it was like club fever on a Saturday night. I mean, like it was so.
I used to work at the Beat, and we did club fever. That's funny you said that.
It was so many, nigga. I was fucking bitches. Okay. And this nigga's funeral, and he always honest.
Yeah.
Straight the fuck up. Like nigga would like get on a plane to go do some like eyes wide shut shit. Like he was a freak of leak. Like he fucked two of my friends that didn't know each other, and they both told me that he was the best they ever had. Like I want to know, but that's this nigga, right?
Yeah.
Like a stone cold, like give you the shirt off his back type nigga. But he was honest, and he had bitches that loved him. I'm talking it must have been 35 bitches
for you if you're honest.
For the rest of their day,
because they know,
still email me today. He been dead for 17 years
because they know I can. There's nothing. If I'm you,
that's it.
Nothing. He's not gonna.
Because we're forgiving. We know how men are.
You forgive us when we're bad,
right? We know y'all lying right when y'all lying.
Oh, here's the thing. I've been telling dudes too. If a woman starts if she starts with the question, she knows. If where were you at last night? She already knows. She's giving you opportunity to tell me
what you gonna do.
Right.
It's true.
Who was you with? She knows. She knows the girl's name, where she lives.
The problem is you gotta start like that out the gate. Like you can't just be like a lying ass nigga and then be like, you know what? All right. I'll tell you, I was with this big booty hoe last night.
But here's the thing: if you
it's too late now.
Tell them from the beginning.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Out the gate.
They're not even that. Like for me, like I said, if I'm a girl, like, hey, let's have a threesome. There's a lot of women that'll go
like, hell yeah.
And I don't gotta sneak around. No, I'm not sneaking.
There's a lot of women, especially women that are a little older and our age group. I'm a little older than you.
They like, you know what? They're so happy that like he's being open with me.
Right.
Why not try it?
You don't have to worry.
And if he doesn't want to,
niggas lying and niggas just be lying. Like, dude, I'm with right now. Oh my god, he don't even have to lie to me. Like, I'm that bitch.
What though?
Like, nigga, if you get a blowjob on the road, it's FaceTime that shit to me. Nigga. He still lied.
That doesn't make no sense.
He still lied.
That's the drug.
He can't even just be like, yeah. I had twist his arm and they be like, yeah, it's fun.
Some dudes never grow out of it. Some dudes never grow out of it.
Right. But if you can find one that honest, it's about line sex pleasure. It's sexual connect. And if you guys can connect on whatever level it is, it's a turn on for her or him.
Yep.
Hey, if you can find that, it's great.
That's my thing too. If you're honest with me, I can rock with you, man. Like I've been with girls you're not supposed to be with. So like strippers and stuff. And if you're honest, I'm good.
So how old were you again when you realized that?
When I started being a better guy? Like 36 or 7.
Okay.
Around there.
That's fairly recent, not to get away.
And, but it was just, like I said, one day.
It was the one relationship.
Let me try it.
Yeah.
I tried it. And even though it didn't work out, I loved how I felt. Though.
During the escapades.
Oh, it was the
why not?
The phone for us is stressful. Now, I don't even have a lock on.
Right.
I don't care.
Right. I do what I want to do. Everybody knows. I don't. Yeah. I'm an open book. It's better that way.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ask most of the time. If there's something you want to know, ask. But
yeah.
I will tell you, like, hey, I'm gonna go do a podcast. Who hosts? She's the mug, like. And I'll tell you this because I don't want you to one day come to me, see you out. They're like, that's the whole. Why you tell me she was bad?
Right.
I'll just tell you,
it's dumb.
She's dope. Or
she cute. When we're asking, she cute. We're not trying to trap you.
I just want
like some of us are turned on by it. Some of us are just curious.
Though. We're so nervous.
Hell yeah, she fine as hell.
No, she's terrible.
Right.
Then we run into you like
right.
This broad you were talking about.
Dumbass.
And now if you lie about that little thing, now she's already like, okay.
That's the key to like getting the best like sex.
Vagina? Yes.
That's the key.
Let me tell you. The vagina, how you say nicely, gets leakier, if you will.
If you're real.
I promise you.
It's true. It's true.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Because we hold back as women. Yeah. I mean, there's levels to how much we can put. Right. If you just a fuck boy, we couldn't fuck boy booty.
And you think it's good.
Airhead.
Here's the best
thing. You think it's good.
Remember on Harlem Nights when Sunshine, she goes, at first I met you, I was intimidated. I held back. Now I can be free. If you're honest, they will be free.
They'll give it all to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And when they open
up. It's true. Yeah.
You
I'm like, this nigga can't even just tell. I told him I'm into it.
Suppose that
can't with the program.
That's me. I'm talking about
like I literally have his arm and be like, "You trying to tell me you've been on the road for this many years? You ain't nigga, shut up."
What does he do? Is he in entertainment?
Of course.
Oh my god.
Right. Of course. And he's successful.
It's not the word, but it's
I know what's happening.
You know.
I know what's happening.
I'm like, dude, the road.
Like I'm turned on. Like
they owe it to us.
I know. But this nigga just stuck in his lives.
You can't help it. I mean, he's probably who is gonna be.
I can't even give him.
You can't open up
all the shit I want to give him.
He has no clue.
It didn't even fit.
So
nigga,
you got a box right now.
Listen carefully. Yeah. Unlock Pandora's box. And just let her know you be surprised. You be over 40, like.
Promise you.
Or we got dumb shit.
I promise you. You be honest, you'll get a lot more. I'm gonna
like, okay, you're homies, right? Oh, y'all talk, niggas talk, right?
And they be lying.
They be all lying.
I think I got 2 aunts friends and they're married.
Damn. Let's see that wives.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
The only
honest to the side bitches.
No, they don't have these 2 dudes are the only 2 dudes I know that don't have no side chicks.
Right.
They
you know what
I mean? Like they
legit,
straight up and down dudes, good married. One of them, his wife actually has to call me. She'll go, "Can you come take him out or something, please? He needs to get out."
Oh my god!
But he's happy, so he's like, "What do I need to be out for?"
Me, I be like, "Can you come take this nigga and find him a blowjob?"
But that's what she don't say that. No. But then I got a homegirl who's in a happy marriage, and her rule is, just don't embarrass me. I know you might dabble, just never me.
There it is. Come on.
So you have a wife. You're not taking money on dates. Don't spend no money on her. You take her down to some regular hotel. You know what I mean?
So I just want to just stop for a second and address the bitches that might be like hella hating on me right now. Like, I want a man on guys me. And why are you disrespecting women like that? Let me fucking explain something to you, hoes.
And I'm gonna jump in for you after you want that.
Okay, you're not hoes. That's rude. I'm trying to be funny, but that was horrid.
Okay.
Listen, a man. One night is a reflex. His testicles know the bitch is walking by before his frontal lobe does. Literally, the chemical starts from the testicles.
Mm-hmm.
You right? shoots a chemical up to the parietal lobe and a couple stops until the frontal lobe. So and then he'll realize how fine. Then he'll figure out how fine he is.
Yes.
It's not his wandering eyes that you should be worried about because he's a man. It's wandering penis.
Yeah.
That you should be worried about.
Who I'm looking at on Instagram.
Yeah, of course. If he's looking at, or if not looking at other women, he's either hiding his wandering eyes, or he's looking at dudes. Yeah. Right? He's looking at something.
Facts. I said.
Period. His brain working optimally. If you want to be mad at something, don't be mad, and he don't be mad at testosterone in general.
Even crazy thing, I tell them all the time. I go. Like one girl said, "Are you sure you like? Why would you say that? Because I think it's you like on Instagram."
Yeah, right. Okay.
I will like things that I necessarily won't get that in real life.
Right.
Listen, if you take a woman's body,
yeah,
I made it clear. Like I like this build. This is what I like. Right. Like track runs. Sure. I ran track for so many years. I love it, but I'll see like them super thicks and stuff, and I'll like it.
Yeah.
But I won't never. That's not who I'm talking to. That's not who I'm pursuing in life.
Sure, but you have a type.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Very clear. All my friends know it, except for one. One time he tried to hook me up. I was like, "Do you even know me?
Right.
Why would you?"
Yeah.
And this girl wasn't ugly or nothing like that. She's had one thing wrong. Not wrong, but that was way out of my type. Was she had humongous. There's not knocking humongous boobs, ladies. It was just one of the things. I'm like. That's a lot of titty meat. What am I supposed to do with all that?
You know, the funny thing is, there was a time, and I won't name which relationship, but there was a time in a relationship where, okay, so Instagram came along, and you could like see what your nigga was liking.
Yeah. Right?
That was the whole thing. Like a couple, like you don't even have to be a stalker. 2 clicks and you know too much.
Yeah.
With the Instagram.
And I'm like, why are you telling everybody that I like this thing?
Right. You can see, yeah. And now you have to be a little bit more investigative, but I used to get jealous, but it was the women that didn't look like me. Like if I saw a big booty, and at that time I didn't have no titties, so I would see the big titties.
I gotta see a picture of you back then.
Yeah, they were just small. Yeah, I the thing is I always.
And there's nothing wrong with.
I didn't have a problem with small. Yeah, no.
You don't have to wear a bra.
Right, I still don't have to wear a bra.
I know. I've looked at a few times. I'm trying to get there, but I can't help it. I can't. Plus, you know what? It's not my wandering eye. Is just not because I'm looking. It's because it was an insecurity I had as a kid. So that's the reason why I wandered a lot.
What?
Because they used to make fun of my eyes because they're big.
Oh.
So I used to think if I'm looking around, you can't see my eyes. You can't see into my eyes directly, so you don't know that they're big.
Oh, so you wander.
Yeah, I'm secure about my eyes now. I love them. But they still
meandering eyes.
They wander.
You're very beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
That was the first thing I saw when you walked in. I saw your eyes and your fro, and I was like, "Where my weapons?" At?
Yeah, I do. I keep the. I don't know. It stands out. I like it.
It's good. It's a good combination. Yeah. So I would feel jealous when I would see, like women that I feel like I couldn't compete with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But then I would be like, yeah, she got a nice body, but I got a prettier face. And so women, we kind of compare ourselves, but then. With the guy, way once we established, like we honest in the relationship, and then it was more like, ooh, yeah, like these pictures, like it was like a whole turn
when you're honest, you got excited about it.
I was like sending pictures of big booty hoes. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, I like that fun though. Even for us, like if you're honest with a girl and she does stuff like that, you'll tell your boys, like, bruh.
Because
look what she sent me today.
Here's what happens. Here's why it breaks the mold. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why it's such a it's a gastric thing. It's because everybody has these sexual secrets. Like there isn't one motherfucker on this planet, like very few motherfuckers on this planet that will tell you what they think about the last 4-5 seconds before they leave.
What I'm thinking,
like really what you thinking about, like really turns you on. Like you might be like going on with a fantasy in your head, like maybe when you're masturbating, for example, right?
Usually I'm thinking like I really hope this is a really good one.
I hope this is a good one. But I mean, like, what are you thinking? Like, what scenarios you're thinking about? Like, like people want to, talk about labels, gay, straight, LBG, whatever. The bottom line is what is that defining? That's saying what are you thinking?
I'm not. If I'm doing it, I'm not really thinking. But if I'm masturbating, then I have a
that's what I'm saying, fantasy, right?
Then I got For me, I go to a couple different reels.
Well, I need you to tell me. I don't need you to tell me. Right, you have your go-to.
I absolutely
and you don't need to tell anybody those necessarily.
Oh no, I mean,
right. So what I'm saying is everybody has that secret bills, that go-to bills. Right. So if I can connect with a man who doesn't, you have to excuse my fingernails. I couldn't get my nail appointment. I tried to do myself and fucked them all the way.
I didn't know. That's nothing. Y'all be noticing stuff.
Oh my God.
No, Samson.
I see your eyes. Every time I see your eyes look down, I'm like, my nails.
Listen, the dude's name is Samson. I know Samson, and not Sam looked at any woman's nails and been like, look at her nails. They are raggedy. Have you ever thought that, Samson? Never.
Really?
We don't care about that.
God,
we might compliment them, but we don't.
Okay, well, I should write them up. But anyway, so once you find that connection, that person where you can be as uninhibited as we could possibly be. If you could find that with someone, then all of that, not so deep 5 seconds. Hey, you might get like 30 seconds. You might get, a couple minutes, but you might get all of her secrets, and she might be able to give all of that to you. Right. The fact that like she might have turned on that counter.
I love to make, that's what I do. I do try to make you feel comfortable so that you can, whatever you do like, I don't want to be judged. I want you to feel comfortable to do it. Because so many women will be like, I remember a girl asked me, she was so like, I don't want to offend you, because so many dudes have been like, oh no, but would you mind it? And I said, absolutely, I'll do it.
Right.
I'm feeling for a lot of things.
Let's try it. If it don't work, you know what I'm saying? I peel you, you peel on me.
Long as your house is all over the place.
No, I mean,
and I have feet on her, but if you were wondering, she asked for, so I gave it.
Okay, right. Maybe she didn't like it.
She asked.
Did you again?
Listen, if you want pee, I'm gonna give you. I'll be and drinking water at the same time. I'm not joking. It was in the shower. Yeah, she was like, just pee. I'm like,
right.
Oh, I gotta get out. She goes, no.
She liked it. Sure.
I was like, she was like, you're okay with it? Yes, I am.
I was fucking with this dude one time, and I was like, have you ever peed on anybody? And he was like, no. I was like, have you ever tried like with either you or somebody else? And he goes, well, one time I wanted to try it. So I just peed on myself in the shower.
I'm definitely not doing that.
I didn't like it. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Yourself. Like, why does that even sound like a good idea? I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tickle myself.
I didn't judge him.
I would have a little bit. Like, peed on yourself?
Maybe I did a little bit. He told me he tried in the shower. He wanted to see what it was like.
That's so dumb.
He's like, I don't think it's dumb, right? He's like, I don't think I'm into it.
His train of thought was different. You should have been like, you know what? It's not that you.
We didn't work out.
Of course not. Your train of thought was different.
Oh my God, what are we doing with time? About that. So we've been talking about honesty this whole time. The subject for tonight is about motherfuckers being dishonest.
Yes.
So tell me more about so when you tell me yes, tended to be a whole person.
Well, yeah, I would be sweet and stuff up front, and then I knew I'm gonna act like no, because I'm like, I even told a chick one time, I said this is what's gonna happen.
Right.
We gonna get along for a really good long time. Then I'm gonna and I'm gonna start being with her and you, and I'm gonna act like I'm not. And I knew it. That's who I was.
And you told her that.
Yes. And I did it. I would have maybe 1, 2, 3. It didn't matter.
But you didn't pretend then. You told her the truth.
Well, that one particular.
But tell me about the time that you pretended.
It was the same thing, just without the truth. I would literally meet a girl, be nice.
Okay.
Then meet another one, super nice. And I would just...
And then they would get hurt?
Absolutely.
How did you feel? You don't care.
Tell you,
guys don't care.
No. Until I became good, I was like, dang. And then one time, me and one chick, a toxic chick, we went to counseling. And the counselor told me, be her apology. Treat like, so now I took it as be each woman, treat her so good that that's your apology to the other one you've been hurting. But
so there was a point where you did feel like, wow, oh shit, I broke somebody's heart.
Oh,
once you matured.
Yeah.
And kind of like, I remember when I was like up until like 19, I was fucked up. It was fucked
just stole anything.
whole lot of fun going on.
Uh-huh.
It was crazy. It was the hood. It was like, nigga, I was light skinned with no ass, nigga. I was trying to compensate.
Yeah.
Nigga, like, I mean, I was going hard in the hood. And then so I got busted real bad once when I was 19. So then I kind of got my shit together. And then I got married, right? I had a kid. We bought a condo. And then one day we were meeting for lunch. My husband, the baby, and we had been robbed. Like I'm a climber.
Yeah.
Like a ninja climber. So I was like, cat burger, motherfucker. And here we had been robbed. And then it occurred to me finally.
Yep.
All those people I had taken from. It was like, it was really, I felt hurt for I finally felt it.
Yeah, got broke this.
Right. It hurts. It's terrible.
And for us, it might work because we don't have outlets.
Absolutely, it works.
You guys go to girls and you guys heal each other.
Not only that,
if I tell my friend, they laugh at me.
Right. Not only that, we're accustomed to being heartbroken because it starts early on in adolescence when we easily fall in love.
Yeah.
And we, women bounce back very quickly.
Oh, we definitely.
But a man who is heartbroken, it is a foreign problem. And
we get bad advice from older men about it. I'll never forget my advice. I won't tell you who, but he's a comedian we all know and respect. He was like, you know what you need to do? You need to get in here and knock down everything you see. That's the only way to get over a woman, to have sex with a whole bunch of women.
Oh, that doesn't actually help.
It does.
It helps for like a couple months.
No, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because then you start remember forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yes.
I saw that during my heartbreak, right?
Oh.
And I would laugh and go, but it's so true. Because you start comparing, like, I'll do it and I'll go, but she does it like this, why don't do that? So you need to take your time and heal.
Right.
But yeah, dudes, we not allowed to talk about heartbreaks. We don't allow to talk about most things.
Yeah, once men, I wrote about in my book, I wrote about the neurology. I mean, men and women fall in love using different neural planning.
Yeah.
And although it takes more time and a bit more sort of frequency and timing, two separate things, and also it takes a little bit of sex. Men fall in love, and once they're in love, it leaves a very permanent mark on the brain.
Yes.
Whereas women, it can just be like, boop.
Yeah, you guys do bounce back.
Yep.
Like, I always tell somebody, if a girl gets her heart broke, the next dude might get hurt by her, but after that, nobody. She's good.
Yeah, for a minute.
800 women gonna pay if a dude gets heart broke because we are terrible.
Yeah.
We don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, I think that's what got me. I think somebody who was ruined, his heart was ruined, and then he got a hold of me and fucking I hate to turn me into a savage. Nigga, I got money now, nigga. You need some money, Sean? I'm just kidding.
Podcast over. Everywhere, I gotta go. Seven, bring the camera.
Stop it. No. Wow. We do actually have to end the podcast.
Listen, if you want to, I already told you. If you want to, I'm always. You can call me in the middle of the night. I'm on my way. Were you asleep? Yes, but I'm coming. You can give me
thank God for maturity.
The ugly woman treatment. You know, they say you call a pretty girl in the morning. I'm sleeping. I'm tired. You call ugly shit. Yeah, I'm already up. You come see. You can give treatment. Oh boy.
No.
Anytime he keeps lying to you, oh man, I'll come tell the truth. Man.
It's fine. It's hey, I got heartbroken, and I stopped seeing this guy like 2 years and some change ago. The guy who really fucking I went in love with forever, probably.
But the guy right now, though.
The guy, so I got heartbroken. And I moved toward this dude, and I was like, look, we've been knowing each other for a little while, but I want this, and this, and I don't want this and this and none of this shit. Are you cool? He's probably like, this bitch crazy as hell. Yes, that's what it is. So it's been 2 years and some change, but it's savage. I'm savage, and so is he, I think. I hope.
I'm just saying,
so I'm good, is what I'm saying. I'm good. I think that's my brother.
I don't know how to say this in a nice way without being YouTube flagged. As my friend would tell me, as long as I have a face, that's all I'm saying.
Hilarious. I don't know if I should be flattered or that's the thing about
definitely flattered. And I'll bring, I bring gifts too when I come on. I'm telling myself when I do. When I feel like I should bring a gift to a woman. And I'm talking about flowers. It could be something small, like if she likes almonds, I'll bring almonds over, or I'll bring water. Whatever she likes, I do like to bring.
Well, that's good to know. That's a good strategy.
Yeah, I had a chick that really like.
Almond water, is that something I've heard of?
Probably. I drink
Probably.
coconut
You should
water.
get some of that. That coconut water, I saw a meme. It was so accurate. It tastes like water
In someone else's
that's
mouth
already
first.
been in somebody else's mouth. That shit is fucking disgusting. Why do
feel
you
like-
drink coconut water? Somebody tricked you?
I hated it the first time I had it. I remember I had it out of a real coconut in Hawaii, and I spit. It was like, oh, this is
Oh,
disgusting.
really?
And then something happened. I got older. I started liking it.
Wait. It's supposed to taste better fresh out of a coconut.
No, I hated it though. It was disgusting. But now I
so
love
now
it.
you go and buy like a
No.
coconut water can.
I'll buy a coconut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and take
Now that's sexy.
a while to open it, and I drink it.
That's kind of sexy. We'll talk after.
And I love cooking too.
Do you
I
really?
enjoy it.
I do it. I'm good at it,
Yeah, me too.
but I don't enjoy it.
No, I enjoy it though. Like, okay, yo, sit down. I'll cook. Let's go.
Really?
Yes, I enjoy it.
I'm sold. Hey, yeah. So Deshaun Ross.
Yes.
You are one hell of a comedian. You impressed me with your intelligence
Thank you.
and your high energy, just sheer cleverness in your jokes. Even when you're off the cuff, I feel like you were off the cuff for most of the that you did last week.
Yes, it was over and
Yeah, right. So that earlier. I'm just so impressed. So guys, go on screen. You can see right in your screen there, or at the bottom of the screen there, at Deshaun Comedy. Where you performing? Not performing tonight, but tomorrow. You said.
yeah, tomorrow night, Friday, I'm at the Long Beach Laugh Factory at the 10 o'clock show. Saturday, I'm gonna do a pop. Actually, no, I won't. I gotta go see my cousin in San Diego.
He's going to see his cousin
Yeah,
on Saturday.
yeah, I gotta go see him.
Your cousin name Peanut.
His name, his name is Teeny Man. I never knew how he. We still call him Teeny Man. He's like 55 or something. I don't know. His name is Teeny Man.
Is he large?
He's not. No, he's not that big. He's not small.
Is he?
No, he's like a normal size 55-year-old
Why
black
do they call
man.
him Teeny Man?
I need to know.
You need to find
I
that out.
ask because I never really asked why we get nicknames.
Well, you find that out and you let me know my birthday.
Got you.
You guys, this has been one sexy, hella sexy show. You guys, Deshaun Ross, check him out on all social media platforms. And if you get a chance to see him live, do yourself a favor. And also, shout out to my producer, Samantha Abrams. Thank you for coming every week and making this incredible. And then to my co-host, who is not present tonight, Dr. Brian King. He and I have a couple of common, one of which is that we are science authors, and he wrote an amazing book called The Art of Taking It Easy. And we'd like to celebrate this week again because this guy is lingering and like going back and forth on the number one bestsellers list on Amazon. It's incredible. The hardback is selling number one bestseller. And so there it is right there. The Art of Taking It Easy. And so what he does, he talks about the science of why it's important to laugh and relax. And the first he wrote, I think this is the second book. I think 3 out now. The first one called The Laughing Cure, read very funny, very academic. Just like mine. I wrote a book called The Complete Player. Again, which picks apart. There it is. Picks apart the neurology that is the brain science of love, sex, lust, heartbreak, and more importantly, self-worth. And so it's very funny and very academic. And really what you learn in this book is how the brain works when we process all these things. So you can apply this about any relationship.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Here's a copy, by the way. Just
Yes, I was actually would read it.
Yeah, it's a good book. I
read for knowledge. I don't read for fun.
Yeah, me too.
You know, people. Oh,
Why would somebody?
I think that's the dumbest thing.
It's a weird thing to do.
I just want
to read a book for the story.
Go see a movie then.
Yeah,
Go
go
to
see a
comedy show.
movie. It's gonna take you longer to read the book, right?
I only read the notes.
Yeah, I read to learn. That's funny.
We have so much in common.
What is gonna happen? Stop it! Oh my God, this has been another King-Abrams Show, guys. We out.
Straight up, I'm serious.